All right, for the first day of May 2014, see to it that you are not deceived by the great deception, the New World Order, the one world government, the one world religion, and the world church. Now, here's the headline, and I will put the link to this article below in the description box right above where you leave your comments. The article is quite lengthy, but we're going to go over this. Very important today. The Obama youth movement and the seizing of American children. I want to thank my wife, Christy, who is helping me with this. So for those of you that are awake, that you can remain informed, and for those of you that are asleep, let this be a wake-up call. The hour is late. They want your children. They're coming for your children. Listen to me. Again, the headline, the Obama youth movement and the seizing of American children. You need to wake up. You need to listen. There is presently a massive conspiracy designed to separate you from your children and give the government complete control over your children. To put it simply, Human Health and Services, HHS, and their state-level emissary, Child Protective Services, or CPS, are engaged in a conspiracy. Listen to me now, which will culminate in, number one, the Agenda 21 designed breakdown of the family. Number two, the eradication of any semblance of parental authority over children. And number three, unbridled and unfettered access to seizing children from the home in unlimited quantities for whatever purposes which might dictate the volume of child seizures. Again, this article is quite lengthy, but let's go over some of the main topics here. The plot is international, and it begins with the UN. This program emanates from a partnership between various United Nations organizations and ICF acting on behalf of HHS, Child Protective Services, and Obamacare. A lot of us are today, we're all upset and we're all frantic. The microchip, the RFID, the mark of the beast, but you need to listen to me. Example, the Affordable Health Care Act. The evidence in this article, along with the included links, which you will have, will demonstrate that when Obamacare is fully operational, our families, specifically our children, my children, your children, will be living in a Hitler Youth Movement hellish nightmare in which the state owns and can seize your children. After reviewing HHS, CPS, and UN documents, what is being presently reported in the alternative media is merely the tip of the iceberg with regard to HHS intentions toward the ultimate outcome of the children in this country. Listen to me, wake up. After reviewing the documents, there is no doubt that Obama is representing international interests which will seek to remove as many children as possible from the homes of their parents in the spirit of the Hitler Youth Movement. Do you hear me today? Do you hear me? Amen. But first, let me quickly review the recent revelations of the HHS, Child Protective Service, Obamacare intention to conduct what I have dubbed as home invasion interventions. Obamacare home invasions and intervention. According to a previously unreported Obamacare regulation that has managed to escape scrutiny from the mainstream media. Of course, the mainstream media is going to sweep this one under the rug because they don't want you to know about it, because they're in on it. They're all part of the elite, the Antichrist system, Satan's army. Millions of American families will be targeted for home invasion by the forces of the federal government in the name of preventing parental neglect resulting in disabilities in their children. And the Fourth Amendment be damned. As of this past January 1st, 2014, federal officials may enter your home. As of January the 1st of this year, federal officials may enter your home without a warrant in order to intervene for the purpose of saving high risk children. Wake up, America. Obamacare's definition of high risk, the exposure of the extreme and intrusive nature of Obamacare through home invasion visits, is finally seeing the light of day in the alternative media. However, this exposure is grossly understated. As a starting point, I will briefly review what is making the rounds in the alternative media. According to Human Health Services, your family is eligible for this Hitler style for intervention in the following situations. 1. Families where mom is not yet 21. 2. Families where someone is a tobacco user. 3. Families where children have low student achievement, developmental delays, or disabilities. 4. Families with individuals who are serving or formerly served in the armed forces, including such families that have members of the armed forces who have had multiple deployments outside the United States. 5. Although this is not being widely reported, homeschoolers and their families will be targeted for interventions, as will be families who object to having their children vaccinated or taking vaccines. Let me continue on just a little bit. Excuse me. There is no question that all of the above categories warrant a home invasion followed by remediation. The visits are not being conducted by HHS officials, as has been reported in several publications. The home invasion visits are being conducted by CPS on behalf of HHS. HHS has designed a detailed 110-page policy manual which focuses on the criteria constituting child neglect. This policy manual, which is the guide created by HHS for CPS home intervention visits, makes the above criteria presently being reported in the alternative media look tame by comparison. I don't want to make a long video. You're already seeing this. Just watch the news, mainstream media news. Watch some of the reports. Some of the headlines where children are being removed from the home. And it goes on to talk about ADD, ADHD, and you need to be informed. So it's very long. It's a lengthy article, and you will have the link. And I want you to stay informed. If you are awake, I want you to be prepared. I want you to have a plan. I want you to stay informed. And if you are asleep, let this be a wake-up call. Share this video. Spread it around. Again, the Great Deception. Here's the headline: the Obama Youth Movement and the Seizing of American Children. They want to take your child. Subscribe to my channel. Leave me comments.